My shop is coming along. I haven't fixed the windows and gotten them where they look right together yet, but it's coming along. My work table has been worked on and it needs to be put up big time. My stairs are up. They're out of the way for right now. This is woodworking table. And this is a vise. I've got some boards in it right now, clamped into it because I'm fixing to put a top coat of epoxy on this. I hope it looks wonderful and I hope it works fantastic. It will make it impervious to glue, chemicals. It'll protect the wood. I've put on some perforated hardboard to hang some tools from. There will be a little bit of finish work here, but not a huge amount. I'm going to leave it a little rough. It's got to have ledger boards down here in the bottom for shelves. The first shelf is going to be about 19 inches high so that I can pull my clay vats in and out. And I bought some cool casters from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to put them on a piece of plywood and put the heavier of my clay vats will be able to roll. I've kept this open so that I can put about 6 clay vats in here under this clay working table. This will be nude concrete so that I can work clay. This over here is going to have a sink on it with water supply and a gray water tank down here that can be emptied. It's going to have a floor in it. This is, of course, is not going to have a floor in it. This one will have a floor in it, and it probably won't have that chair in it. But it'll have a floor in it. And I plan to put some shelves and maybe even a drawer right here underneath this. We'll see. We'll see how that finally works out. There will be some shelving up in here, some upper cabinets. Don't plan to put doors on them. They're just to keep the stuff that we work with. Wood will all be up there in the top, in the loft. And that's what the stairs are for, so we can go up there and get stuff and take stuff up there and store it up in the loft. It's really nice to have this open up here because this whole openness there is a fan which keeps the air in here kind of mixed. Hopefully we're going to have light in at the top up there, and during the summer we'll have screen. We have a large fan that goes up in this side over here, and I really want to keep that side more closed except for the fan. Anyway, there's where my shop is for right now. It's dirty, it needs cleaned, but I got some things to do before I take the time to clean and organize it again. Had it pretty organized, and then it got not so organized. This little heater in here is amazing. I can set it at a temperature and close this curtain, and this room will stay pretty good, which probably is what I will do. And I need it to come up. Not that much. Yeah. I need it to come up. Oh, that's warm. It warms it up in here really good. And once I get the epoxy on this, I will keep that warm so that that epoxy can cure for about 24 hours. Want to get it done this morning because I have a lot to do in the studio, and I want this to be ready to cure. I have newspaper out here. I'm going to need to put some newspaper down. This right here does not need to have epoxy in there, and I may have to redo this so that that's stretched. Yeah. The way this works is those will loosen out and let you widen the part, and then you pull them back together. And I've used it 3 or 4 times already in producing like these little handles. I had to work with them, and I was able to clamp them in there and work with them real good. They're cemented to the bolts. These are 10-inch bolts, and the little wood things make it easy to turn. After this is done, I'll show you up under there the workings of this. I'm really quite pleased with this, but I just want the epoxy on the top here, and then I may put a different kind of finish on this front. I'm not real sure. I may put epoxy on it, may pull it off and protect everything. But I don't want the epoxy in here. That's why I've got the plastic on it, is so that it'll keep the epoxy from flowing down into the insides. It's made out of cedar. Yeah, I'm happy with it. This one was just made out of fir, and what I've found is there's been a lot of shrinkage, and I'm going to have to fill those. This will also have epoxy on it, but I'm going to have to come in and sand and fill all these places where the fir drew up after the table was made. And hopefully I can make that all look really good. I think I can. And then get it epoxied. But that's going to be when we're not using it every single day. Yeah. It's a nice surface for working. But it does have these places where the fir has split. Some of it, the glue is got some glue on it yesterday. Yeah, take that off of there. Yeah, it's just about gone. Yeah, now it's gone. Yeah. I save my shavings and I brush them and I keep them, and I make fire starters out of them. And there is a video at the beginning of my YouTube series on making fire starter. Yeah. I've been able to handle about all the lengths that I need to handle in here. I'm quite pleased with it. It is 24 feet long overall and 12 feet wide, and then there is a 5-foot place on the end of it where the ceilings are lowered a bit, and it has 2 different rooms that will be used. So anyway, I also am going to do some designs to put onto the doors. They are going to be pinned onto these doors, and then the doors will be finished. Epoxy on the inside, and probably urethane on the outside, because what I've learned is that my yard needs cleaned. Yes, it does. My cat probably wants some food. Hello, studio cat. That's Mardigan, the studio cat. Yeah, I found that epoxy is not good for areas that have, unless you buy a specific kind of epoxy, it does not react well to UV. So for a south-facing or west-facing door, it's really not good. These are going to have to be finished. That window was a reclaimed window. This was a new one. We're going to have to figure out something. I don't mind reclaimed. I don't mind all that, but we're going to have to figure out something that gives us a continuity of look on the front of this. Yeah. Yep. I haven't fixed the windows and gotten them where they look right together yet, but it's coming along. And the mess is still here. Here is my woodworking table. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. This is going to have this little board right here, and I imagine it's still sticky. It goes right in here to just kind of keep that at bay. Yeah, here's the knobs, and you can see how it is. I'll leave that out overnight. By tomorrow, I'll be able to roll it back in there. But I'm pretty happy with it. I had that white spot there, and I pretty much got rid of the white spot that was in here. It's just pretty much gone. Can't really, you got a reflection on it, but yeah, and just looking at it, it's pretty much gone. So I'm ready to get ready for the next phase. It's going to be ledger boards. I've got to rip them down, and I've got to put ledger boards all down in there, and then I've got to get the bottom board on this into place and the forms built, and then I got to get the concrete poured for these work tables here. I moved the heater over because it's going to get cool tonight, so I'm going to come in here and no, I don't want it that warm. I'd rather it didn't get below about 55. The heater probably had warmed that white spot up, and when I hit it with the heat tool, this is a really hot heat tool, when I hit it with the heat tool to break the bubbles before, it was already real hot, and so I think that's probably why I had this nasty whiteness right there, and I sanded it down real good. So one more thing toward the completion of my workroom. Here's the sink that'll go in that concrete top when I get it poured. A lot of this needs to be pulled together and put away, reorganized again. Yeah, it's gotten kind of messy in here, but I've been doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work in my studio as well. So between the work in the studio and the work out here, I'm staying pretty busy, but soon this is going to get a good cleaning and organizing. These boards down here are pecan wood for barbecuing. But these boards right in here are boards that I use for a variety of things. And yeah, all that needs to be cleaned and organized. This is my big light, my fan up there. Those are my big lights. Then I've got a light right over the table that helps a lot. And then there's a light back in that area back there that helps a lot. So I'm going to turn this light off. Yep. And I'm going to close this curtain right across there so that that can keep my little room at 55 degrees or better tonight. And I'm pleased with that. That'll keep the dust out when I'm working as well. So I'm glad to have that. These open and are letting a lot of air. We still have quite a few things to do. The doors I love. I haven't put the decoration on them yet, but I'm real happy with the way they came out. They were a lot of work, but I would say they were definitely worth the lot of work. My mister put in a motion solar light today. That's what I've been doing. And I have stayed very, very busy this winter. I thought I'd take a little more time off, but I really haven't. Thank you for watching my progress. Thank you for subscribing if you do that. And I will talk to you later.